How's the rally car going?
Not that great. Last time we spoke, the brakes were shot, the chassis was untested, and Thomas had to remodel the whole body and start reprinting again. Not much has changed since then, unfortunately. Brakes, I have new master cylinders, and I still haven't tested them. Chassis still untested, and Thomas has remodeled, but now has to start printing all over again because what we printed before up there is complete scrap.
Oh man. How's that going to work with the timeline?
Rally Finland looks very doubtful.
Oh no.
There is so much work. I don't think people comprehend how much work I've got to do on this thing to be able to get it to Rally Finland on time.
I can only imagine, babe. That sucks. But fingers crossed, and we got to keep hoping, right?
We gotta keep on hoping.
Yep.
So enough talking. We need to get on with this.
Yes. Let's do it, baby.
Let's get on with it.
Woohoo!
Now, as enthusiastic and supportive as my wife was, I didn't quite tell her the full story. See, my filament sponsor fell through, and I've had to max out my credit card just to buy the filament we need to finish this project. And in addition, I've had to spend a ridiculous amount of money on brake master cylinders. I'm not sure I've even got enough money to finish this project, let alone get it to Rally Finland. But I can't give up now. No, I'm not going to give up that easy. I may have credit card debt, but I refuse to let that stop this project. I made myself a little checklist to get this thing ready for testing, so let's just get on with it. Alright, first things first, let's fix these brakes. Now, a bunch of you guys made some amazing suggestions on how I could fix these brakes in the comments on the last video, and I decided to ignore all of your suggestions and just do it my own way. I mean, what could go wrong? With all the air bled out, it was time to experience the power of these really expensive brakes. Oh, you're kidding me. Come on. Come on. Are the brakes too small after all this? Maybe they were right. Maybe the brakes are too small. I don't know what the hell is going on. To be honest, I changed back to the original hose thinking maybe it was slightly larger and would apply a bit more pressure. But then I found this. You can see slightly there's an air gap between the disc and the pad. And I think these pads were never worn in properly when this go-kart was raced, or they swapped the pads and the disc doesn't match or whatever. So to be honest, I'd love to say I just bed them in, but I think I don't have time to do that. So I'm gonna unfortunately spend more money. Oh, I'm sorry, Kristen. I really hope this project works out for us because financially we're screwed. Right, there was no point to cry over spilt milk. It's just time to get on with it. Up next, the chain guard. Now, these KZ carts are notorious for shredding chains, and to be honest, I don't want a chain in my head. And because the chain runs so close to the exhaust, I had to make it out of aluminium. But to be honest, I don't know how hot the exhaust is gonna get, so we'll just have to wait and see. Chain guard done, now the push start hooks. Don't worry, I'm not turning this into a motorbike or a go-kart.
So here's the dilemma. This is made from plastic and we probably won't be able to push on it to get the car started. So I thought that we use this hand truck or moving dolly, whatever you call it, wherever you're from, and we'd basically create some sort of hook system underneath here, and that'll push and lock in here, and then we can push the car started without pushing on the bodywork
Well, that's the plan at least anyway. So here was the original idea, just to put this in here. And to be honest, I don't like it. And the creative muse is not really playing the game with me today, so sometimes you just have to stop and give up for a bit and come back to it later.
Later.
How did I not see this before? I don't even need to weld anything onto the go-kart chassis. I just need to weld these onto the hand truck. Ah, you idiot, Justin. Right, with just a little bit of welding, this was going to be good to go.
What? That's my trolley. What are you doing with my trolley? You better not be ruining that thing.
What do you mean ruining it?
Chopping it up into bits.
What do you mean? You weren't using it.
No. No, that belongs to the house. Things that disappear in this wormhole of a canal is not okay.
So you're saying I can't cut this thing up?
No, no cutting.
Oh. Don't give me the finger. So I couldn't modify Kristen's trolley without getting the finger. But what if I just make it so the hooks could be removable? That. Suck it, Kristen. Didn't modify your trolley, did I?
Meanwhile.
Alright, we've got our first batch of 3D printed parts from Thomas, and they look awesome. Look at this bonnet bit. That's gonna look so good. I can't wait to put it together, but I think it's important to look at the brakes first because I've received new discs and new pads, and it's all well and good to look cool in your 3D printed rally car until you die, because it didn't stop, did it? So, brakes first, then we're going to look at the body, and I'm excited, to be honest. I'm excited. Now, as I was installing this, I couldn't help but hear the voices of all those comments on my last video saying that I need to increase the size of these brakes. And I just really hope I got this right. Otherwise, I'd have to face the facts that I don't really know what I'm doing at all. Yeah, so just roll it in and...
Rolling it in.
Alright, let's Oh. My pulse goes up every time I jump in this thing.
Ready? Go. listen to their toys. What, you aiming for the road?
I was trying to get into second gear to feel what it feels like in second gear. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I was like, are you trying to jump the...
Well, at least the brakes work.
The brakes work. Good skid marks.
Yeah.
What the hell? You managed to get what the hell?
Where did I get? What is that? Oh no, it's a slug.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Ah, slug.
Well, that was fun.
Well, and one great thing is the brakes work.
The brakes work. Woo-ha! That's freaking amazing. That's just taken a couple of months.
But yeah, that makes me super happy.
Yeah.
Because there's
Bloody
been
hell.
so much money and work gone into just making sure I can stop.
Mm-hmm.
And as you saw, this thing is brutal. But I'm not even sure if I'm in the right power band, because I'm not sure the gearing is exactly right.
Okay, what do you mean by
Feels
that?
a little bit laggy, but I don't know if that's how it should be driven.
What does that mean?
So it means there's before you hit the power band in the 2-stroke, so what happens is when this engine gets to about 9,000 RPM, it gets all its power basically. And it's just all the way up to 20,000 RPM, and it's just power. So what I think is the sprocket on the back there is too small, and I think we might have to change it.
Okay, hang on. You say sprocket, and you've mentioned this word many times, and all I can think about is the dog from the Fraggles, Fraggle Rock. So you need to explain to me what is a sprocket.
It's not a dog from Fraggle Rock.
That's what I keep picturing every time. I'm like, I swear he's talking about the dog. I swear.
The sprocket
Yeah.
is basically a big gear, and you can see it here. This is the rear sprocket on the rear axle, and it's basically a gear.
It's a gear. Kind of like a bike gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also call those on
A bike.
a sprocket.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I love that. I learned something new today, that's for sure. Thank you for explaining that.
Well,
It's
yeah.
not a dog.
No, it's not a dog. But we may need to be honest, we may need to look at getting a new one. I don't know yet. I'm going to go talk with some people about that know this go-kart, and maybe they'll tell me it's actually super normal. I mean, I can worry about all this stuff, but I think I just need to get on with the body, and then when I get a chance to ask people about the gearing, I'll ask them.
So I actually did speak to a guy that knows a lot about these go-karts, and he basically said I was driving like a pussy. So I think we're good, people. I've just got to get some balls and drive this thing properly.
Let's get on with it. Can't wait.
Let's
Ha
So these need to be all put together. So let's give it a go. So luckily Thomas has marked each part with an X, Y and Z axis. So I drew a grid on my bench just to give an understanding where things went. But it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. There were 123 parts to this giant jigsaw puzzle, and this thing took a lot longer than I thought it was going to assemble. Even just dry fitting it took forever. You can't say that doesn't look sick. Ah, how good does it look? Okay, but even if these are marked, I still don't understand. This is supposed to go somewhere there. I don't even understand how that works. Despite the headache, this thing was starting to come along. It was looking pretty damn nice. Oh god, look at this mess. What happened? Stupid cheap tape. They're even broken bits. Damn it! Alright, to avoid that again, I think we're going to have to make a mounting frame which will lock into the original mount system that we designed into this. So let's build a cheap frame out of this steel so that that doesn't happen again. Alright, I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and I'm just going to start gluing it together. Now you might be wondering why I'm drilling holes along the joint. Well, the theory was that that would give the glue better penetration into each part, and I was using super glue here mainly because it was the cheapest option. There are far better glues for this, I'm sure, but I was gluing together 123 parts and my credit card was maxed out, so let's just hope that was the right decision. Okay, problem with printing in PETG, which is what we printed this thing in, it deforms. So what happens is you have like a banana shape on the print and things just don't quite line up and have air gaps, as you can see there. Now, Thomas tells me this is not a problem, but it is a bit of a problem when this happens. Because things just don't line up correctly and it compounds till you get a big gap like this. Now you might be wondering why print in PETG in the first place. Well, there's only two reasons. One, it was cheap, and then two, it has a higher melting point or deformity temperature than PLA, and this thing's going to be painted black, and in addition we have a hot engine in the car as well. So that's just the decision we made, and I'm gonna have to live with it. What do you think?
I think you made an okay job.
But you think so? I'm like, I think it's bad.
Why? Like a lot of these things it's not an issue.
So after Thomas showed me the YMCA and taught me how to read 3D print Braille, his skeptical optimism gave me no choice but just keep on going. But as I waited for the last parts to print, I became very skeptical of all these joins. So I ended up strengthening the joins using some plastic repair welding rods and a layer of fiberglass on the inside of the bodywork. A little safety note here, don't do what I did and plastic weld together parts that have already been glued, as when you heat super glue, it releases cyanide gas. So yeah, don't do what I did. Then it was time to prepare for the body filler. And I had no idea how much work this was going to be. Alright, I've come into the garage this morning and I realized I'm an idiot. Look at that. There's dust over everything. I really should have put plastic down. Now here I'm applying some spray filler, and this basically highlights all your failures when you were doing your initial sanding, as you can see here. So still a lot of work to go on this. Holy smokes. But luckily I've got some help from Thomas. Now, I'm no expert at any of this, so if there's a better way of doing this, please let me know in the comments.
Hooray! It is dusty in here, babe. Good lordy. But how are you going?
We're getting there.
You're getting there. Oh, that's good.
To go, Rally Finland. I reckon I can make it.
You do realize we're going on holidays, right? For 3 weeks? Had you forgotten?
No, I don't forget about my family.
Oh.
Oh no, babe. Do I have to go?
Yeah.
Oh, this makes it even worse. I was borderline, like if I could pull this off. I completely forgot that we're going on holiday.
So I think you need to shelf, because you won't have this ready in time. By the time we're back.
No chance.
So I think you have to put it on the shelf that we're going to Finland, darling. It's not happening. Unless you're a magician.
I think you're right. I have to be honest with myself. I'm not gonna get this finished. There's no chance.
There is no chance, babe.
So Central European Rally?
Yeah, go for it. What's that? Where is it?
It's in October.
Yeah, that's realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in Germany. So
Yeah.
that's not that far away from us.
No.
In Norway, so that could work.
That could really work. I'm down with that. As long as I get you on this holiday, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll be supportive. I'll put on my pom-poms.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's more realistic.
Yeah. Central.
European Rally.
Wow. I guess October, here you come, hey? Sorry, babe. Sorry, not sorry? Sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry I'm taking you out of here. This dust cannot be good for you.
It's pretty bad. It's bad.
And we need you.
Yeah.
That's the reality, though, isn't it? We need you too.
Because this was just a dream, wasn't it? Rally Finland.
Next year. Take it there next year. What's happening?
Belgian number. Hello?
Hi, is this Justin?
Yeah?
Hi, I'm calling from the marketing department for the Toyota Gazoo Racing World Rally Team.
What do you think they said to me on the phone? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.